Okay, smaller star systems which orbit around the central suns of Deneb, Sadar, Guinea, and Alberia are where they come from. The largest population of whale and dolphin life is right here. Okay, within this collection of smaller stars are thousands of star systems.
Why were they brought here?
For song.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to migrate. They wanted to explore the worlds. They wanted to add to the whale dream. Okay, and they were brought here millions of years ago, and they are recording. You know, and my understanding is that when they birth the young, they teach them the song. Okay, and the song is the story of the lineage, of their lineage, and the history that they've learned of the home world that they're on. That's the song that they sing. They're singing the song of the story, of the lineage. Okay? And it's, you know, one right after the other. They teach them everything they know. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Okay. Just going to touch on H2 and O2. Hydrogen, the hydrogen life beings were threatened or felt threatened by O2 life forms because O2 life forms have a much faster rhythm. Hydrogen can only travel at near space light speeds. They cannot go beyond that. Okay? O2s can go much faster, as fast as 4 times the speed of light. H2s are much smaller and slower and more numerous because of a higher frequency of suitable biospheres. Okay? We talked about that earlier. These are just some notes, random notes. There is trade between the two, between hydrogen and oxygen breathers. But very disastrous wars have been fought between these two civilizations in the past. The Andromedan Council. Now, I want to preface this again. Okay? The Andromedan Council is held in the star system of the constellation of Andromeda. And okay, and it's here at Mirosh. Okay, this right here. This is where the Andromedan Council is held. This is also where the star systems of Zenitae, all in here, Zenitae exist. This is where the Andromedan people live. Okay? These systems right here is where the Andromedan Council is held.
They are.
Yes, they are. The Andromedan Council was created to study migration and to try to limit contact between hydrogen and O2 races, and hence to stop conflict between the two great orders of organic life. Communication between the two species at times remains quite difficult. Okay, that's how it got started. Okay.
Integration with the hydrogen forming, you should talk very slowly.
Yes, you should. And you absolutely want to use the formal, polite language so that nothing you say is misunderstood. Okay? You will know that because they will be wearing some kind of an apparatus over their nostrils. Now, those nostrils could be almost anywhere depending upon the species. Okay? If they're wearing a suit or some type of a helmet, then you can assume that it's a hydrogen. Okay? Or a methane or an ammonia. Okay? Because if it's an O2, an oxygen, he will not need that apparatus. Okay, the Andromedans. These are just some brief notes, and then we're going to do some questions, okay? They are tough, honorable, courageous fighters. They build massive ships to environmentally resemble worlds. Comfortable, solid, and durable craft. These are my own words. They are model galactic citizens. They are responsible to a fault. If they tell you they're going to do something, they will do it, even at great cost to themselves. Okay? They are very active in galactic politics and enjoy considerable influence in galactic institutions. Now, institutions have been set up, okay, especially with O2 civilizations. Those civilizations are the Institution of Civilized Warfare, okay, Upliftment. You people would know that as Ascension, okay. Their word is upliftment. They don't use the word ascension, okay, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Migration, which is colonization, and traditions. Okay? They are very patient, thoughtful, and above all, careful. They have been responsible for the official stoppage of hostilities in many wars and assisted in the withdrawal of all forces that were in those conflicts. Okay, upliftment. A lot of people here on Earth in the New Age circles talk about ascension. But, nobody really knows what the ascension is. Okay, they know that, well, what we do know is that there are higher densities and that all of us are striving to reach a higher frequency in the hopes that we will move into a more evolved society, become more evolved ourselves, and become more expanded consciousnesses. Because sometimes third density is just too damn hard. I acknowledge all that. Okay? All of that is correct. Those things do happen. And there is archaeological evidence in the galaxy of races that have actually changed their frequency and moved to a higher level. That's a fact. But it is not called ascension. It's called upliftment. And apparently, none of the races that have done this have done it by themselves. They have always had someone help them out of the mess that they're in. Reach down and basically mentor them to the next level.
Does that mean they don't have a body anymore, physical body?
No, they have a physical body. There's physicality in all the dimensions. Okay? There is. You just don't move up to fourth density and fifth density and now you're just this little cloud blowing with the breeze and, it's not like that at all. Okay? It's as solid as this. It's just completely different. Okay? The physicality is different. The physicality is much bigger. It's on a much grander scale. Okay? The color spectrum, okay, or the color spectrum where we live on now is 72 different frequencies of color. Fifth density, it's 123. Okay? And I've talked about this before. There are colors and things that I've seen that I can't explain. There's just no way. Because there's nothing here to compare it to. Okay? Okay, I want to do 15 minutes of questions, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Russ. Robin.
Okay, I wanted to ask about the Dogons, and that whole Syrian thing, that when the Dogons tribe in Africa said they were used by the Syrians.
Right, from Cirrus B, and they had maps before we even knew that Cirrus B came about.
Did they have a fish tail?
I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of that at all. I have an actual fish tail. No.
Do we
Demi.
know, you mentioned upliftment, do we know who or if we are being helped with upliftment?
I think that that's a possibility. I think that is an absolute, real, definite possibility. Because Visayas said to me once, before he crossed over, that our specific Terran race was one of the most promising human species that they had seen